Why smart people still lose money? Let me be blunt. Some of the smartest people I've ever met lost more money than people who barely passed school. Not because they were unlucky, not because the system was rigged, but because intelligence gave them confidence, and confidence made them careless. If you think being smart protects you from financial mistakes, this video might save you from your biggest one. I've spent decades watching investors, business owners, doctors, engineers, people with sharp minds and impressive resumes quietly sabotage their own financial future. They read more books, they watch more news, they know more jargon, and yet when fear shows up, when greed whispers, when ego gets involved, they do the same foolish things as everyone else, sometimes worse. If you're anxious about money, retirement, or whether you've done enough, I want you to listen carefully. Because intelligence isn't the problem. How you use it is. After more than 70 years of watching markets and people, I learned something simple and uncomfortable. Money doesn't reward brilliance. It rewards discipline. By the end of this video, you'll understand why smart people lose money, what traps catch them repeatedly, and how to protect yourself, especially if you don't have decades left to recover. Lesson 1, intelligence feeds ego. Here's the first hard truth. Being smart makes you think you're right even when you're wrong. When I was younger, I made plenty of intelligent mistakes. I analyzed more than I needed to. I thought complexity meant sophistication. Smart people don't say, I don't know easily. They say, I'll figure it out, and that's dangerous. The market doesn't care how clever your explanation is. It only cares about results. If an investment requires you to explain it for 10 minutes, walk away. Simple ideas leave less room for ego. Main lesson 2, smart people overestimate control. I've watched people with high IQs believe they can outthink risk. They believe they'll exit before everyone else. They'll see the warning signs. They'll manage volatility when it arrives. That confidence feels good right up until it's tested. Risk doesn't announce itself politely. It shows up fast, emotional, and unforgiving. I didn't build wealth by predicting every problem. I built it by assuming problems were inevitable. Stop asking, how much can I make? Start asking, what happens if I'm wrong? Main lesson 3, information addiction is not wisdom. This one frustrates me. Smart people consume more information and mistake it for progress. They check markets constantly. They react to headlines. They confuse activity with intelligence. The more noise you consume, the worse your decisions become. I learned early that the best investors don't act often and they don't explain themselves daily. Reduce information. Increase patience. If you feel compelled to act, it's usually the wrong time. Main lesson 4, intelligence doesn't control emotion. Fear and greed don't disappear when you're smart. They just wear better disguises. Smart people justify bad decisions with logic after emotions already made the choice. I'm reallocating. I'm hedging. I'm optimizing. No, you're panicking. I avoided ruin not because I was fearless, but because I respected how destructive emotions could be. If a decision feels urgent, delay it. Urgency is rarely rational. Main lesson 5, smart people chase optimization instead of survival. Let me say this clearly. You don't need to be brilliant to win. You just need to avoid catastrophic mistakes. Many intelligent people aim to maximize returns. I aimed to avoid permanent loss. Survival comes first. Returns come second. Build a margin of safety in your investments in your life. Cash isn't lazy, it's optionality. Myth-busting segment. Let's clear up a few lies you've been told. Myth has shown smart investors beat the market. Wrong. Most don't. The market humbles intelligence regularly. Myth #2, more complexity equals better returns. No, complexity usually hides risk. Myth #3, experience guarantees success. Experience only helps if you actually learn from it. Simple framework, the calm money checklist. Here's how I think about money, especially later in life. Protect Never risk what you can't afford to lose. Simplify complexity is usually ego. Delay time exposes bad ideas. Diversify, not to get rich, but to stay safe. Detach. Emotion is expensive. Remember this. Write it down if you have to. Here's the truth I want you to leave with. Smart people don't lose money because they lack intelligence. They lose money because they trust it too much. Wealth isn't about being right more often. It's about being wrong less severely.
If you want more hard-earned lessons without the sugar coating, subscribe and don't miss the next one.